Hey y'all, it's Jessica Welman with PlayTexas.com here to inform you that everything is indeed bigger in Texas, including wait times for legalized sports betting. All right, so the Texas legislature met this year but finished their session on May 31st. It did so with no real progress for sports betting or commercial casino expansion, though the House did have one fairly positive hearing on the topic. No bills, no referendums, though. Might say better luck next year. Not in Texas, though. So the legislature only meets in odd years, which means it's going to be 2023 before these topics come up again. Before we just put to bed the sports betting talk for a while, though, let me run down kind of why 2021 didn't work and why there's reason to be hopeful next time around. All right, so the big champion of sports betting in Texas was Senator Juan Hinojosa. He is a seasoned Texas legislative vet with 40 years of experience, and he is in office through 2024. That's the first piece of good news. The champion of sports betting is going to be around for the next session, unlike in some other states like Ohio, where people are term limited and phasing out. You know who else is going to be around? The very powerful Sports Betting Alliance. This group is every Texas pro team you can basically think of. Cowboys, Mavericks, Texans, Astros, Rangers, Rockets, Spurs, and Stars, all on board with sports betting, and that means the power of Jerry Jones and Mark Cuban with them as well. So you have that super powerful group of people in Texas pushing for it. Problem is, you got a lot of people pushing against it too. One of the people really pushing against it was Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. He actually, before Senator Hinojosa's bills even made it to the floor, went so far as to tell the press it's not even an issue that's going to see the light of day this session. He was wrong. It did. Thing is, 2021 was like 2020, a very busy year related to COVID, a pandemic, and lots of other things. And simply in Texas, other things took precedent over sports betting that were just more important. That being said, Kara Gustafson, a spokesperson for the Sports Betting Alliance, did have this to say, even though this year's efforts failed. I think the Sports Betting Alliance, with backing from all the major professional sports teams in Texas, definitely helped lay the groundwork for the future. In the future, if we continue this, I think we'll start out with better name recognition and we'll know the questions and concerns expressed by lawmakers. We'll definitely be in better space than before these bills got filed. And she is right that it is a good opportunity to continue the educational process of Texas legislators, but it's also a good time for me to remind y'all, Oklahoma does not want this to happen. So even though Texas doesn't have commercial casinos or sports betting, Oklahoma does. And WinStar World and Choctaw are two examples of casinos in Oklahoma that bring in tremendous amounts of Texas money. In fact, some of those tribes donate to people like Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick's political campaigns. That means some of these other legislators are going to be hearing from Oklahoma casinos too in an attempt to get it blocked once again. But as the Sports Betting Alliance noted, that is a big, powerful group who has made a lot of steps in the right direction. And those of you in East Texas, there is indeed some hope on the horizon much sooner than 2023. Sometime this week, the Louisiana Senate should concur on a bill that has already passed through the House that formalizes sports betting in all but 9 parishes in Louisiana. Included in those, Shreveport and Bossier City, 2 casino destinations for plenty of Texans to get some table games, poker, and slots action, and soon retail sports betting too, in addition to online sports betting. So let me just quickly run down what's going on in the Louisiana bill so you know what to expect. Good news. Betting on college, A-OK. Not always the case, and in a southern state like Louisiana with the powerful football team that is LSU, they are going to be on the betting board. And they're going to be on the betting board at 20 different licensees' online sports books. Each licensee gets up to 2 skins, and the lottery will also be able to offer an app individually through its offering. The lottery retailers can also potentially get involved on that, and anyone with a Class A liquor license can put sports betting kiosks in facilities that are in parishes where sports betting is allowed. The hope is that some of these kiosks and retail betting facilities at casinos, both tribal and commercial, will be up in time for NFL season, but expect online betting more towards the end of the year. So, Texans, I know it's some bad news when it comes to your state, but your surrounding states continue to give you more and more options on where to gamble. And we have all of that info and more on playtexas.com.